𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗶. Many people ask me what is real knowledge. Now, obvious answer to this question in this modern, postmodern period is real knowledge is science, scientific advancement, inventions, scientific theories, hypotheses, and big words, big buzzwords in science, quantum physics, quantum consciousness. This is advancement, of course. It is advancement, it is knowledge, but scriptures have another view to give on what is real knowledge. This is knowledge, of course, is knowledge. But according to scriptures, there are two words. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗶 is one of the Upanishad, one of the part of Vedas. It states that there are two parts of knowledge, two departments of knowledge. One is vidya, another is avidya. Now, avidya is also knowledge, vidya is also knowledge, but there are two departments dealing with very different realms of knowledge. Avidya is material knowledge. It is material knowledge which is dealing with the knowledge of this material world. This includes science and various branches of science, which is to do with cause and effects of this material world, laws of this material world, and this is also discussed in Vedas. Vedas are not at least Vedic knowledge is not ignorant of the fact that this material world moves by scientific laws. Rig Veda has physical laws explained in that. Atharvaveda explains how those physical laws can be used to invent many scientific discoveries in this world. Atharvaveda, for example, it mentions about Ayurveda, medicine, science of medicine; Gandharvaveda, science of dance and music; Dhanurveda, science, military science, and etc. etc. But then there is another branch of knowledge, which is vidya. Vidya is real knowledge, which is dealing with reality. And now, this word reality, if you go to philosophy, if you read philosophy and if you meet philosophers, they have a very different idea of reality. Philosophy is all about understanding reality. Science, modern science, although the pursuit of modern science initially was to understand reality, but the pursuit of modern science now is to use the laws of reality for the benefit of mankind, or perhaps destruction of mankind many times. But the idea is, here is philosophers, they speak about reality behind this material world, behind this cosmos, that reality, transcendental reality, a spiritual reality. That philosophers talk about reality, and that's called real knowledge. That is vidya. Vidya is talking about reality, it is talking about spiritual world, it is talking about God, it is talking about cosmic consciousness, what New Age spiritualists talk about. It is something which can only be perceived by spiritual practices and by meditation. This reality, real knowledge, vidya, is actually inaccessible to scientific methods and scientific observation. So there are two departments, vidya and avidya. Now 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗶, mantra 11, it says vidyam avidyam ubhau. You have to understand both vidya, real knowledge, and both are the avidya, scientific knowledge of this material world. Why? Because avidyam mrityu tirtva. Because by understanding avidya, by understanding scientific knowledge of this material world, you conquer death. And vidyam amritam ashnute. By understanding vidya, by understanding spiritual knowledge or real knowledge of reality behind this material world, you can get bliss and satisfaction, as spiritualists claim. And they say, well, if you do meditation, if you practice spirituality, you will get satisfaction and bliss in life. So both has to be learned together, vidyam and avidya, both. But at the same time, it also mentions that whatever avidya, knowledge of avidya is there, it should help to cultivate vidya. That's the whole point there. Scientific knowledge should help to understand real knowledge. Sometimes scientific knowledge opposes understanding of real knowledge, and that's the whole problem in our postmodern world. Scientific knowledge or avidya, it is promoting atheism, which is actually not a good idea, which is actually not a real function of knowledge. Previously, 300 years back, philosophy and science, they were married together. Science was used to actually cultivate real knowledge, philosophical knowledge, spiritual knowledge. So that's, if we can combine both vidya and avidya, as Upanishad says, then we have real knowledge, and then man can advance. We can have super advanced civilizations, and we can have an advanced consciousness of man, and the whole society can be peaceful and happy and satisfied. Hare Krishna.